Hello. So for today, we're going to discuss about the Android new project. So how are we going to create a new project? What are the activities or layouts that we can actually utilize? So let me first define the Android Studio. So this is what we're going to expect after we set up your Android Studio. So Android Studio is actually an official IDE. You already know the meaning of IDE here in the upper part. So for application or development, and it is based by JetBrains IntelliJ IDEA software. So Android Studio actually provides many excellent features that enhance your productivity when building your Android apps. So we have bulleted here. So it is flexible, Gradle based build system, a fast feature rich emulator. So it has a built-in emulator. So it has your virtual phones, a blended environments where one can develop for all Android devices, so for Android and OS also. Apply changes to push code, resources changes to the running app without restarting the application. So, hindi nyo na kailangan mag-restart para ma-push siya. It actually save parang Word lang, yung Microsoft Word natin. Kapag nag-edit kayo, automatic na yon kung yan po ay automatic na sinet up nyo na mag-save. So, actually, ito yung pinaka-fun doon. Actually, have a GitHub or kapag gusto nyo ng or options na hindi ma-delete or kunyari gusto nyo ng duplicate ng inyong mga project tapos gusto niyo siyang hindi mo nagkalawin or gusto niyong mag-add pero nagda-doubt kayo dun kung magkakaroon ba siya ng effect dun sa whole or magkakaroon siya ng error after niyo i-add siya, puwede niyo siyang i-push sa GitHub, then actually i-import siya ulit kapag napatunayan niyo ngang hindi siya maganda. So, code templates integrated to assist you to develop common app features and important sample code. So, extensive testing tool and framework. So, madami siya actually na framework na pwedeng gamitin. Ay, with Android Studio actually introduced Google. So, we integrate my Android Studio or our Android Studio with Google. So, makikita nyo kung paano yun later on or as we go further along with this subject. So, we have C++ and NDK support. And of course, built-in support for Google Cloud Platform, making it easy to integrate Google Cloud Messaging and App Engine and many more. So, tayo naman, in our Android Studio, we're just going to use your GSFE accounts to build your Google. And hindi din tayo halos gagamit ng iba pang platforms. Kasi ultimo, ang AI, meron na po tayo sa loob ng Android Studio. So, they support Gemini. So, ito po yung AI natin sa Android Studio. So, generally, when we're going as a developer, and we want to create a new project in Android Studios, we need to actually select a project template. So, which consists of many activities as shown with the following slide later. So, I'm going to ask you now, how do you create a new project? So, I didn't actually see your answers, but here is the shorter version if you actually answer on a long explanation. It's just simple. So I'm going to show you now the next slide. So in here, let's just click your main menu. So we have the file there. Hover to new project, and then you have now the selection of activities. So with this selection of activities, you actually have empty activities, basic, button, empty, navigation, responsive, and we have other more. We have Wear OS. So Wear OS, we have the empty Wear, we have television, auto Motive, and XR. So let's just focus on the phone tablet. So I'm going to show you what will happen if you actually open your empty activity. So just click it or create the empty activity. And then of course, it will show you another tab that will make you create your own name or project name. So in here, I'm just going to have the name sample. Just remember that do not forget to actually capitalize the first letter of your activity. So if it consists of two names, just space or just like the my activity earlier, because of it's some sort of identification or an identity of the codes inside of your project, so it will not get ruined. So now you can choose minimum SDK, but the minimum SDK is API 24, and I'm fine with that because it support actually or run on approximately 98.6% of the device. And for this Android Studio, I'm a fan of a new language. So I'm going to introduce to you really the Kotlin language. So the whole time we're going to run it in Kotlin language. So you just have to click finish. So in here, it is still running in this part. So, but I'm going to show you on how to create, or not really. I'm just going to show you the device manager. So you can see that there's a virtual phone that you have. So you can actually run your devices in your phones. So let's go to the next slide. So in here, this is the empty activity without anything. I'm just going to open the folders. So we have the manifest. We're going to set the intent filter, your folder for your KTs, and any other theme, whatever you're going to actually set up. And of course, the resources, you have the drawable, meep map, values, and XML. So as we go along with this subject, we're going to discuss more of that as well as with your reporting. So now let's go to your device manager. So when you click your device manager, you actually have, or you need to create your device. But in here, I just um have a ready-made. So I built the Pixel 2 API 20. So this is fine with me, and it's really working. And if you want to see the phone, the virtual phone, you just have to run this. So you have two um, triangle button. So you can click here and you can click in the upper part. So let me just click over here. So on your Pixel, it will run if this is the whole Android Studio, it will show at the bottom part that it is building its Gradle. So you will wait for that. So as you can see here, it's not the project that we already opened, since if we open this empty project that we created, it is different. So what I showed earlier is the past project that I created with the Android Studio. So this is also you're going to expect to create that. So at least you have to, or you already have a sneak peek of what we're going to do. So in this part, we're just waiting for it to happen. So after this, I'm going to click again the run button. So for your empty project or empty activity to show up. So what's going to be the real facade or the real face of your Android. So let's just wait for that. So usually what you can see here, so here it is. It shows nothing, or it's just it has a splash screen and then a Hello Android. So this is what we usually see on the basic activity or the layout that we have. We don't have actually a XML or layout here. So this is just a fun code that they have. So they're introducing just the simpler or easier for you to actually see the version of the KTs. So in here, they have hello, and then they combine it with the function with the greeting of Android. So you actually have to stop this so we can create or see more activities. So next with this, let me introduce to you the different types of activities in Android Studio. So we actually have a lot from the past um, versions of this Android Studio. Here's the list. Actually, have 10. They shorten it or concise it with more precise activities. So you have your freedom. So we have no activity, empty activity, Gemini API, basic views, bottom navigation, empty views, navigation drawer activity, responsive views activities, game activities by C++, and a native one. So this is what we usually see because they, as I've said earlier, they concised it. So this is what you're going to see right now in your Android Studio. I have the newer version of Android Studio. It's not Ladybug anymore. It is called the version of Narwhal. So let me introduce to you the usual. So we have no activity at all. So from as or as the name suggested, no activity means creating a new empty project. So when the developer selects this activity, there will be neither an XML. So wala po siya. So we actually have Kotlin in Java or this no activity in Java and Kotlin file. So it doesn't have anything. So no file are automatically generated when you select the project structure. So they remove this because it is the same as the empty project that you see or I introduced earlier. So as the name suggests, again, it may be containing a main activity, but it doesn't have an XML. So we usually have a drag and drop motion in our Kotlin. So with this, I don't have main activity, even though it's really empty. With the empty activity, you have your main, but it really doesn't have the fun on it by drag and dropping your design. You can't see anything on the empty activity unless you add the layout to the resources folder. So next is the Gemini API. So the Gemini API starter is actually providing you to start a with AI. So it includes authentication already and API request handling. So if something or you're typing something on the Gemini API starter, what they're going to do is just fill whatever fits on your function. So for example, you're going to type handler. So they're going to fill it to whatever they see fit or the XML fit on that to run your KT. So suitable for AI. So we don't usually have the as I've said, this is remove already. We don't have the selection that you can see um on either way. But what's fun on this one is actually that you can already create a API starter. So you just create API starter this before you actually open your your activity, and it will show you now what you have created. So you're going to connect it to your Google account. So this is the Google AI Studio. So that's good with Gemini. But all of it, so all activities, doesn't matter if you don't have Gemini API. You can actually add it manually to other activities. So that's also, I think, the reason why they remove this one. So now let's go or proceed to the basic views activity. This is one of my favorite. Um, the basic views. So it includes the UI element like buttons, text fields, and labels. So it uses actually the default or we have different layouts actually. So we have the linear, the relevant relative and constrained layout. So constrained layout is actually a more flexible layout. So you can drag and drop and then add more layouts to it. So if you don't want to have the up bar that the Android Studio has, you can actually save or have it on this constraint layout. So this is what it is, and it's a good starting point for learning UI basic activities because you can actually have this kind of part. So meron na siyang drag and drop motion. So makikita nyo na to doon. Pedo pero yung ano natin is may mga default. So I suggested or most likely yung mga i-introduce ko sa inyo sa empty activity kasi at least para dun kahit yung mga basic kung paano i-open siya or ano, makikita niyo talaga kung paano talaga siya ni-utilize. Though, puwede niyo naman talaga i-rename din yung mga, na-create niya. So, nakikita niyo diyan, may XML na siya for your main activity, your first fragment, and second fragment. And of course, ang pinaka-importante dun yung navgraph. So, sa navgraph na 'to makikita niyo or kung nakakita na kayo ng mga TikTok ng mga mobile apps ngayon, eto yung pinakamadugong part. Kasi para 'tong mga madaming wire or kasi nagkakakonekta sila kung paano sila babalik sa isa't isa, yung mga pages nito, makikita niyo yan sa navgraph. So, mai-u-utilize niyo talaga siya ng maganda. So, this is one of my favorite basic views activities. You can actually try this. And of course, the bottom navigation, from the word bottom navigation, ang pinakaano lang talaga niyan is meron na siyang multiple fragments and then yung sa multiple fragments na yun, yung bottom navigation niya is katulad po nito. So, sa ating mga application, meron na talaga niyan. Pero hindi siya normally bottom lagi, ganyan. Pero yung phone niyo, may bottom na talaga. Yun yung may default. Pero yung mga Facebook, kung nakikita niyo po, lagi siyang yung kiniklik niyo, mas madalas sa taas siya, or depende po yun sa kung ano magiging ano natin. So, meron na siyang naka-create na bottom navigation. So, this is empty or similar to empty activities. Kaya ito is halos ano din. So, ito na yung meron tayo din. So, we have the empty views activities. And ito yung mga ina-add nyo totally dun sa mga layout nyo. So, later on naman, ma-create natin siya. So, eto yon. So, yung empty views activities, parang ano lang, meron siyang main. And of course, yung layout niya or yung XML. Navigation, drawer views, ang pinaka-exciting talaga dyan is of course yung drawer na tinatawag. So, eto po yung mukha nun. So, 'di ba yung ibang application sa phone niyo, meron silang mga naka-hide na button. So, yung nakita natin kanina, totally nung hinover ko nga yung how to create, katulad yun nun. Yung how to create na yon may burger siya. So, mas madalas makikita natin yung mga may navigation drawer views is meron din po siyang burger button and then magso-show sa gilid po or magkakaroon tayo ng swipe tab, ta's dun na po naka-hide yung ating mga, pages. So, kunyari may homepage kayo, may gallery kayo, and slideshow. Sabi nga dito, best for apps with multiple section like emails or setting screen. And then we have responsive views. So, this responsive view, so based po dun sa ano natin is magkakaroon lang siya ng adjustable na size ng screen niyo. So, dito papasok actually yung part ng recyclable views. Pero yung recyclable views makikita niyo yun dun sa mga palette or pwede natin po siya i-add dun sa XML. So, kung makikita niyo sa Facebook, meron tayong naka-assign na po talaga na layout para dun sa kunyari, 'di ba nakikita niyo ang tinatanong sa inyo ng Facebook, "What's on your mind?" So, para po magkaroon tayo ng same na or nagkaroon ng, rectangle na posting kung kunyari nag-post kayo or nag-share kayo ng meme sa Facebook, para po same po or smooth lang po yung magiging design niya, dito po papasok yung responsive views. So, meron kayong layout na ike-create and then si responsive view ang bahala na maging scrollable yung mismong application niyo. So, this is also can be created in a tablet view kasi ang inaano naman natin dito is paano rin siya maging, interactive or yung tinatawag natin na mag-fit siya sa kahit na anong mobile. So, wala na 'to halos yung game activities pero I can introduce to you the game activities and it's supported C++. So, yung mga games natin na yan, halos papasok po siya dito. And also in the navigation C++. So, ngayon, I already introduced to you many of the layout itself. Ang pinaka-importante talaga dyan is yung magiging selection natin. So, we have the empty, Gemini, basic views, bottom, empty, navigation rower responsive game, at kung ano pa yung mga nakita nyo kanina. So, kung mag-change man to, it's alright. You can actually manually do this by just using the empty activity. So, wala naman tayong problema doon. So, now, let me introduce to you what the main windows look like. So, if you already set up your Android Studio and you already created or opened a project, this is what it looks like. So, ito rin yung nakita nyo sa video ko. So, we have color-coded thing over there. So, we have the toolbar, the editor window, the tool window bar, navigation bar, and tool window, and of course, the status. So, let me introduce to you what the toolbar is. Ito yung pinaka ginawa natin. So, nandun yung mga nakikita nyo sa pinaka upper part po ng inyong Android Studio. So, you can find it on the top of your Android Studio. So, it contains actually a range of functions. So, it can including of your creating a new project. So, which is inside the file section. Ayan po yung nasa loob niyan. Reformat your codes inside. So, you can actually also rebuild. Kasi minsan kapag nagkakaroon tayo ng debugging, you are going to build and rebuild your project again and again hanggang sa mag-fit siya dun sa kung ano talaga yung ano niya, need niyang section ng function. So, rebuild your project, nasa build section siya, kung nakikita niyo yan diyan. So, and many more. So, ito yung pinaka-importanteng part ng Android Studio nyo kasi nandiyan na lahat. So, you can actually manually add your resources there instead of just on the folder. But ang pinakaano diyan is of course, nandito din kasi yung build na section. So, kung nakikita niyo dito, sa tabi ng sample, 'di ba nakikita niyo yung window ng file. Sa right side, yung pinaka-red na square dito, nandun din yung build. So, para makita niyo yung project niyo, kaya siya naging importante kasi need talaga natin yung build button. So, next on that, okay, ito yung ano niyan, in fact, so you can find your toolbar nga sa taas. Ito yung show dito sa video na to. Para at least nakikita nyo. So you have file, edit, view, navigate, code, refactor, build, run tools, VCS, window, and help. So ito yung pinaka laman ng ating um, toolbar. So, sa atin namang mga Microsoft ganun din, yung mga toolbar din. Ito yung app kung saan nyo pwedeng iselect actually mga phones kung nag-change kayo. Run, debug, and other settings. Ito yung mga iba pang configuration na totally makikita rin naman natin yan sa right side na part. Pero, yun yung mga pinaka natin. So, may profile din kayo. Uh, this is connected with Google again. So, meron din kayo talagang profile. So, next on that part is the editor window. So, here it is. So, the editor window actually uh, let the user create, write, and modify their code. So, ito yung part na yun. So, yan yung mga ano natin. So, layout. So, nagdedepende yan sa kernel file kung ano yung ano natin. So, ito yung mga open. May mga window lang din yan, katulad ng ating Google. May mga tabs. So, for example, you're viewing a layout, a KT file, or you can actually display your editor. Similar naman siya sa pag-write nyo rin ng backend. So, ito yung XML niya. And, first fragment. So, ngayon, after the editor window, ito yung mga nakikita nga natin dun sa upper part. So, we have tool window bar. So, third. So, nandun na tayo sa kabila. So, the tool window bar is yung nasa ano natin, right side. Ayan, yung nasa gilid. Kung nakikita niyo yung cursor ko. So, the tool window bar operates around outside of the IDE windows. So, includes the buttons that allows actually the user to expand and collapse. So, yan, yung nakikita nyo. Expand and collapse yung tawag doon. So, yan yon yung mga clickable dyan sa gilid na yan. So, We can expand project kung ayaw mo makita yan, or especially if you're going to present your your devices using an emulator, yun na yun. So, you have your log cuts with you. You can actually see there the error. You have your terminal, nandyan yan sa gilid. And then, yun nga, yung device manager. And then, yung pinaka-folder natin. So, doon tayo sa tool window. Yan, both sides yan. For the fourth one, we have the navigation bar. So, navigation bar is the yellow. So, let me show you how to utilize the navigation bar. So, yung navigation bar, ito yon, yung parang nakita yung mga part na 'to. So, navigation bar actually helps, you users to navigate throughout the projects. So, katulad lang na ginagawa natin din sa mga folders nyo para mas mabilis kayo makapunta dun, 'di ba? Siya po ay ano po ba yung nakapaloob sa bawat ano na yan. So, saan niyo mahahanap yung specific na main activity na pinapakita po natin dito. So, all throughout the project po yan. So, when you click your main activity, o kung Java ba yan or Kotlin file, it can actually go to your editor window section. So, um, makikita nyo dyan yung may app kung saan siya nakapaloob, yung mismong um, folder niya, saan ba yung galing, which is sa resources. After nun, yung main, Java niya, comms, examples, of course, kung ano yung magiging pangalan ng folder nyo, which is basic katulad dito, and then yung main activity. So, magmamodify lang naman yan sa required file na makikita nyo. Pwede nyo siyang i-click agad. So, para nakita nyo yung selection. So, that would be all for the navigation bar. And of course, for the exciting part, tool window. So, sa tool window natin, it gives you access to specific tasks. So, like project management. Dito yung magkakaroon ng search, ano yung version control na meron kayo. Kapag hindi kasi siya nag-fit, pwede mong i-change yung version na meron siya. So, it's actually strong related to a tool window bar na meron tayo sa left and right side. When you expand the tool window bar, magiging visible yung tool window action. So you can actually expand and collapse this on your side. So again, you have your toolbar, editor window, tool window bar, navigation bar, tool windows, and of course, the status. Yung status halos nandito rin yun. Mag-show yun kapag actually tayo po ay nag-run. So makikita nyo lang dun sa baba dito po sa yellow na 'to, kung nakikita niyo, we have your navigation bar. Nandiyan din po yung status. Kaya hindi na po halos natin napakita. So, kapag ni-run niyo yung device, makikita niyo diyan, sabi do'n Gradle build, or you just created your new project, meron din po na Gradle build, nakikita niyo. And then antayin lang po natin 'yon for seconds or a minute kung madami na pong laman yung inyong mga Android Studio projects, gano'n lang po. So, this is the version that we have. So we have flamingo, giraffe, hedgehog, iguana, jellyfish, koala, ladybug. And as I've said, we have newer version of this. And this is what I'm using. It's called Narwhal. So, ang Android Studio naman is open po para makapag ah, experience tayo ng mas maganda pang version. So, yun po. So ngayon, ano bang meron sa UI ng isang Android Studio? So we have new UI in Android Studio. Dati, kung makikita niyo 'tong Android Studio na 'to, mahirap talaga siyang i-navigate. Kung ako lang talaga yung tatanungin. Hindi siya katulad ngayon na kapag kunyari gusto ko siyang i-open sa Android phone ko, ang mangyayari po is iko-konekta na lang natin siya sa wire, or puwede ngang mangyayari dahil nga po tayo ay may magagandang phone na, ang ginagawa lang po natin ay halos mirroring. Basta ang gagawin lang po is actually i-adjust yung setting na puwede pong makapasok yung isang application outside from your computer to your phone. So, actually their themes and icons are updated. You can actually use light and dark colors. You can prefer it on your own. You can improve color contrast, and consistent design. So, of course, magiging visually appealing siya on your experiences. So, you can actually easily toggle, or you can actually have your teams ready while you set up your projects. So, kung nag-set up na kayo, makikita nyo na kung ano yung preferred nyo. Ako kasi, ma-dark person talaga ako, nakikita nyo diyan. Kasi minsan madalas is ano natin, preferred natin talaga yung dark theme. So, of course, themes and icons, tayo po ay with the Android Studio, inayos din po nila yung selection ng kanilang, or they actually modernize their icon. So, magiging you can actually see clearer version, more legible, and easier to distinguish, actually providing a more visual, consistent experience across the IDEs. So, makikita nyo din yung pinagbago ng vector assets nila, or this is actually the graphics that they use in Android Studios. I really, really like it. So, makikita nyo yun sa pag-add nyo ng mga icons within your projects. And of course, simpler main toolbar na lang siya. Totally, itong isang part na to, sabi nga natin, nakikita nyo rin siya sa baba. But pwede nyo naman i-adjust talaga on your likings kung ano yung mga preferred nyo, yung mga ayaw nyo makita, pwede nyo yan i-hide. So, actually, declutter the main toolbar and prioritizing kung ano yung mga action. So you can actually select running your devices, managing version your controls, and spend less time sa pag-search ng mga tool na yon, and more time na makapag-code kayo. So, next, eto yon, 'di ba? Katulad nito, ito yung old na dikit-dikit 'yan. Ito yung newer version. Nako-collapse siya, pwede siyang matanggal, pwede niyo siyang i-open. So, kaya nga nakalagay siya sa burger menu. Yun yung nakikita nyo kanina. So, next is, of course, customizing. So, may mga gusto tayong customization dyan. Makikita lang natin yun sa settings. Appearance, behavior, and then yung mga menu na gusto nyo. So, it actually includes also the main toolbar. May mga widget na tayo. So, ito yung, you can actually see your project, ano yung mga recent na nandyan. Kunyari, ito yon, ito yung open projects. So, you have your selection of projects there, and then you can actually just click one and then open it on another tab of a Android. Hindi naman siya yung mas madalas na in-open lang sa same tab. Of course, yung Git version. So ito yung ano natin, widget for Git and projects, yung mga version control nga natin. So you can actually share your projects on your Git or push it on your Git. So you can actually have or move it back to sa previous location natin. So next is run configuration. Ito yung nakikita nyo kanina. Yung mag-profile tayo ng mga streamline natin or yung widgets na gusto nyo na mag-overflow sa menu. Yan po yon. So, running and profiler. So, sa ating tool window, ang pinagbago kasi dyan is actually, nagdi-display na lang siya halos ng mga icon. Inaccessible na talaga siya na makita lahat. So, kustomize mo na lang yan sa liking mo. You can actually hide your tools window using more tool window button, and then yun yung kinokollapse natin kanina, no? So, ayun. And then, split mode. Ito yung pinaka-ano natin. You can actually drag kung, di ba, preferred nyo naman na dalawa po yung window nyo by using your, Android Studio. Nadadrag po lahat ng icons natin. Drag and drop. So, you have your vertical split opposite sidebar na ang makikita nyo doon is horizontal split. So, yun na nga po. So, ito yung recording na yun. Kung may gusto kayo makita dyan, kunyari na mas nakikita nyo or mas profile nyo or na-navigate nyo siya within split, ito po yung makikita nyo. So, project errors para mas mabilis natin na-debug yung mga kailangan natin i-debug. Or ano yung kung gaano kalaki na yung nakuha rin natin sa ating Android Studio. So, UI, we have, actually, I think it's gonna be discussed by other reporters, but let's have this. So, the UI tools dun sa ating XML, meron kayong option na makita lang yung code, mas split siya with so makikita niyo dun code and design or just the design itself. Ito yung maganda dito. So, ayan na siya, menu location na siya or simpler na siya kaysa dun sa dati. Though, kung di kayo fan na puwede naman natin just i-hover lang po 'no, i-hover lang po natin sa mismong icon yung ating mga, cursor and it will, be easier for you to see kung ano yung pangalan niyan. So, yun again yung navigation bar nga na nasa baba. So, of course compact mode, nade-design na siya for smaller screen. So, compact siya in a sense of nasa side by side, nagkakaroon po siya ng side by side na default mode and then you can actually have your header, make it shorter, your icon smaller, or as well as the button itself for other relevant elements. So, yun na nga po. So, you can actually navigate that on your views, appearance, compact mode, open the IDE settings, select appearance behavior, appearance, and enables the compact mode option. So, dun lang po natatapos ang ating introduction or how do you create your um, main windows with using a new project. So, how are you going to really, really set up? Kasi yung setup lang natin is downloads. But this time, at least makita nyo man lang kung paano siya nakikreate. So, this is the end for Android new project, main window, and the different types of activities in Android Studio. So, just be ready on your hands-on. So, our unit task or unit outcome will be you demonstrating to me on how to create a new project. So, let's see on how we're going to discuss it confidently. So, stay tuned on that. Thank you.